Did you know that many fans compared the Boss Baby to Donald Trump, or that there is the Lord of the Rings nod in the film? Yep, we'll tell you all about it, but first let's check out how this bossy baby became the funniest infant to come to Dreamworks, and animation in general. Hi, I'm Joe with ChannelFrederator, and today we're checking out this fun sibling rivalry and how they learn to love, well, not hate each other. Grab your corporate suit, because this is 107 facts about Boss Baby. Let's get this meeting started. Number 1. The Boss Baby is directed by Tom Mcgrath, who also directed the Madagascar films and Megamind, starring Will Ferrell. Number 2. Tom dedicates the Boss Baby film to his brother, claiming that the central plot and characters in the film were completely inspired by their relationship. Number 3. Tom got his start working on story and design for popular kids films like Cats and Dogs and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and as an animator and storyboard artist on Space Jam. His directing career took off after the success of the film Madagascar, in which he actually voiced the lead penguin skipper. Number 4. The film is based on a best-selling children's book of the same title. The book was written by Caldecott Honor-winning author Marla Frazary. Number 5. In 2016, the Boss Baby official trailer was published on YouTube on National Bosses Day, which was October 17th. Number 6. The Boss Baby was produced by Ramsey and Naito, who also produced 2 Ben 10 TV movies, Ben 10 Race Against Time in 2007 and Ben 10 Alien Swarm in 2009. Number 7. Tom revealed the real reason he was drawn to this idea. He was the Boss Baby. Tom jokes that this film is his 40-year-old apology letter to his older brother. Number 8. There was no real lineup of actors in mind for the role of the Boss Baby. According to Tom Mcgrath, Alec Baldwin was the Boss Baby since day one. As soon as Tom had thought of the concept for the film, he knew Alec would be perfect for the role. Number 9. The pitch sold the film to Dreamworks almost immediately. The filmmakers joked that all it took was the footage of the baby animated to Alec's Glengarry Glen Ross monologue, and the studio bought it up in a heartbeat. Number 10. Alec became involved in Boss Baby through work he had previously done with Tom, as the line Makunga in Madagascar 2, as well as a few other Dreamworks titles, including Rise of the Guardians. Tom claims that Alec was the ideal candidate because he'll deliver 2 lines for every 1 line in the script. Number 11. The film was written by Michael McCullers, who worked closely with Tom Mcgrath to help develop the pitch, and also enlist the help of A-lister Alec Baldwin. For those of you who aren't familiar with the name, Michael McCullers is the genius behind the Austin Power films. Yeah, baby. I'm sorry. Number 12. The similarities between Alec's usual on-screen personality and the Boss Baby are uncanny. Many of the cast and crew joked that the movie isn't just about a Boss Baby, but it's actually about Alec Baldwin as a baby. Number 13. There's roughly 400 people that worked on the Boss Baby film, starting with the writers and following through with the animators and voice actors. Out of that entire group, there's only about 60 individuals who are actual animators. Number 14. Tom Mcgrath loves every part of the animation process. To him, the best part is going down the line and working with each different set of artists and their specific tasks. It really is an amazing process. Number 15. The filmmakers can attest that making the Boss Baby brought so much joy to the staff in itself as opposed to obsessing over audience reception. They claim that the artistic process is fulfillment enough, but still we think that the plot is universal enough to entertain the masses too. Number 16. Animation is a time-consuming process. Production for the Boss Baby began back in 2014 with a release date that was pushed back to 2017. Tom joked that he will have seen the film 10,000 times by the time it premieres. Number 17. Tom pitched his film to Dreamworks because he legitimately supports the studio. He claimed that above the rest, Dreamworks isn't afraid to take risks or produce diverse content. They truly do aspire to be the best. Number 18. According to the filmmakers, the concept of an infant wearing a business suit is a universal metaphor for a newborn baby's demands. Number 19. Originally, Kevin Spacey was cast as the diabolical CEO of Puppy Co., but for unknown reasons, it was then announced that Steve Buscemi would be taking over the role of the villain instead. Number 20. Miles Bakshi plays the voice of our protagonist, the 7-year-old brother Tim. Surprisingly, Miles just so happens to be the grandson of veteran voice actor and animation legend Ralph Bakshi, who worked on famous cartoons like Spider-Man and Mighty Mouse back in the 60s. Number 21. Alex said he usually gets sought out for these tough boss roles because filmmakers are now aware of the fact that he's willing to play the part, but he's not at all like that in real life. He admitted that his wife is in fact the boss of their home. Number 22. Despite playing the boss role for so many years, it's still something Alec has to constantly practice. His process involves espresso and improv, which both help him get into the right mindset for these character roles. Number 23. It's always a bit of a struggle to keep nonsensical comedies well balanced in story. To keep such a film grounded, Tom swears by personal stories, such as the one with his brother, to make relatable and entertaining films. Number 24. The filmmakers often used a heightened reality approach in the movie as both an excellent comedy element as well as an ode to old cartoons. People have also made note that the heightened reality playing into that theme of kids and their big imaginations. Number 25. Alec Baldwin is a huge Mel Blanc fan, so he was very much in favor of the old cartoon style of animation for this film. During the Boss Baby Comic-Con panel, Alec even did a Bugs Bunny impression. Number 26. The Boss Baby sets itself apart from other CG animated films in terms of visuals and the team's approach. Rather than spending copious amounts of time trying to make the animation look realistic, they took the opportunity to perfect 2D animation styles in a 3D world. Number 27. Tom cites old Disney films such as Lady and the Tramp and Peter Pan as references to the background art of the film. These backgrounds are more impressionistic, allowing your eyes to focus on where the filmmakers want you to focus them, rather than having such clarity through and through within the picture. Number 28. The concept art for Boss Baby focuses on a classic cartoon sensibility, referring back to the roots of old animation. That's because Tom wanted a more squash and stretch appeal to the artwork rather than something overly realistic in design. Number 29. Growing up watching classic cartoons like Bugs Bunny inspired Tom's career. The animation director even went on to study under classical cartoon icons such as Frank Thomas, Ollie Thompson, and even Chuck Jones while enrolled in the animation program at CalArts. Number 30. In 2016, it was announced that Lisa Kudrow and Jimmy Kimmel had also joined on as voiceover talent for the Boss Baby cast. The two star as Tim's baby-brained parents, the Templetons. Number 31. This is actually the first time in 23 years that Alec Baldwin and Lisa Kudrow are appearing in a project together, the last time being when Alec was on the show Friends in 1994. Number 32. Jimmy Kimmel spoke about his appreciation for the animation. The talk show host raved about the film's eye-catching appeal before revealing he once wanted to be a cartoonist himself. Number 33. For the Boss Baby, pre-production was already in motion before casting took place. First, drawings were made and scratch actors contributed their voices to see how everything sounded. Number 34. Miles Bakshi has lent his voice for previous DreamWorks short films like Shrek the Halls and Puss in Boots: The Three Diablos. The Boss Baby will mark Miles' first starring role on the big screen. Number 35. Casting the role of Tim was just as streamlined a process as it was for casting the baby. Since Miles already does regular work with DreamWorks, he was available to lend his voice for the Boss Baby when scratch actors voiced the parts of the movie for reference material. Number 36. The producers were in love with Miles Bakshi's voice from the very start. His performance was so organic, it really felt like they were listening to a 7-year-old kid. Number 37. Tobey Maguire actually narrates the film as an adult version of Tim. Tobey received much praise for his narration work on The Great Gatsby remake, and hopefully he receives the same for this more comedic narrator role. Number 38. The narrator was originally supposed to be voiced by Patton Oswalt, but for unknown reasons, he was later replaced by Tobey Maguire. Number 39. Alec's voice has been described as a fine instrument because it has an incredible range and can be fine-tuned. Many people don't realize Alec can do spot-on impressions and is an excellent singer too. Number 40. The script called for a very flip-flop style of voice acting for Francis E. Francis, voiced by Steve Buscemi. His character was described as a cool, calm, and collected CEO one minute, who then throws a crazy tantrum the next. Number 41. It was a very conscious decision to cast an actual kid for the role of Tim Templeton. They wanted an authentic performance that didn't seem like an adult was mimicking true childlike innocence. Number 42. Steve Buscemi said the biggest challenge of doing an animated feature is that the film is not completely ready when it's time for the actors to record their lines. All they really have to work off of is concept art. So Buscemi said you really have to depend on the director to sort of give you the visual picture, especially since scenes and lines are constantly changing. Number 43. Children's book author Marla Frazee was very supportive of the film from the very start. Coincidentally, she had suggested Alec Baldwin for the role after they had already cast him for the part. Number 44. 99% of Alec's decision to do the role was influenced by his previous good experience working with Tom and DreamWorks Animation. According to Alec, the idea can be sound, but it won't amount to anything if the people you're working for aren't capable of pulling it off. Number 45. Alec Alec believes he brought his A-game to the role of Boss Baby. The actor claims that if the role wasn't a good fit for him, he would have turned it down and suggested someone else for the part, as he's been known to do in the past. Number 46. Alec had no idea what the character looked like before he agreed to do the project. He just said yes because he trusts Mcgrath to do a good job. But not having all the details and visuals does not have an effect on Alec's performance anyway. He prefers to work in the heat of the moment and play off the vibe in the room. He stated during an interview, "When you're with the right people, it reveals itself to you, what you should do." Number 47. Miles felt Alec was great for the role, claiming that the veteran actor was very funny. He even went on to say that having Alec Baldwin as a brother was very much cool. Number 48. Jimmy Kimmel actually doesn't think of himself as an actor. Tom Mcgrath reached out to him about the role after hearing a radio interview Jimmy did on NPR. Number 49. Kimmel likes to joke about it by saying he is a father and he also has a father. Therefore, he's met all the necessary requirements to play a father for Dreamworks. Number 50. Kimmel was a little nervous about his performance. The actor once stated during an interview that he often left the studio thinking his performance was terrible and that they should have hired a real actor instead. Number 51. Alec Baldwin expressed genuine pride in the role he played and for the film itself. His reason for loving Boss Baby, its wacky sense of humor and nutty nature, was captured and effectively executed by director Tom Mcgrath. Number 52. Alec also claims the film is relatable to his family. The day his 3-year-old daughter finally accepted her new baby brother, he and his wife actually shed a few tears. They never thought it would happen. Number 53. Steve Buscemi said the film really captures the family dynamic and the shared love between family members. He also applauded the film for its ability to capture such a profound subject through the eyes of a child. Number 54. Looks like Alec worked double time. He was also in a contract with SNL during the production of The Boss Baby, so the actor worked around the clock on both his Donald Trump skits and recording lines for the upcoming animated feature. Number 55. Producer Ramsey Ann Naito claims that she relates to the film in more ways than one. Ramsey is the mother of 2 children and she welcomed her second kid into the family when her first was 7. His reaction was very similar to Tim's reaction in the film. Number 56. Ramsey also cited the overall message of the film as one of the main reasons she decided to produce Boss Baby. The theme of the film is infinite love, and the big message to kids here is that a new baby in the family doesn't mean the other kids will be loved any less. Ramsey thought it was the perfect message for her kids. Number 57. The writers wanted to illustrate exactly how ridiculous sibling rivalries are from an outside perspective, and they did so through Tim's wild attempt to rid himself of his new brother. This creative decision was made in hopes that kids will get the message loud and clear. Number 58. Tim discovers his new brother is actually an important executive rather than his actual brother, and he attempts to use this information to try and get the baby kicked out of the family. Number 59. The story reveals that the bigger conflict is the war between babies and puppies in the battle for love from all over the world. Who is the absolute cutest and deserving of people's love? Number 60. Francis E. Francis, played by Steve Buscemi, is the CEO of Puppy Co. and the main antagonist who schemes to destroy the balance for love for babies in the world. As a result, the 2 brothers have to put their trivial issues aside to save the world from Francis E. Francis' evil scheme. Number 61. Francis E. Francis' evil plan involves making super cute puppies that suck all the attention away from babies, meaning there won't be any love left for children. This plot device really conveys the idea many characters in the film have regarding the silly notion that there's only a limited amount of love for parents to give. We knew you had a favorite, Dad. Number 62. The Boss Baby is more than just an executive at Baby Corp. He's an industrial spy. He's sent to spy on the Templeton family for market research. What do you think that briefcase is for? Number 63. Boss Baby wasn't sent to the Templetons' house in particular without a specific reason. The Templetons actually work for Puppy Co., so being a part of the family can help him infiltrate info about a new type of dog that is so diabolically cute it will put the babies out of business. Number 64. Tim thinks the new baby is suspicious because he dresses in Armani suits and carries a briefcase, but he seems to be the only one who thinks the boss attire is peculiar. This type of colorful imagery, or heightened reality in the film, represents Tim's jealousy coupled with his imagination and distrust of the newcomer. Number 65. Tim jokingly helped shine a light on how the system works. Most babies are born into families, but only very special babies are pulled aside to be executives for Baby Corp. Number 66. The executive dynamic sets up the Boss Baby's character arc perfectly for the film. As an executive, all he knows is the cold corporate ladder, but he'll eventually discover the warm and loving embrace of family. Number 67. According to the story, Baby Corp has been around for as long as human beings. Baby Corp single-handedly distributes babies all over the world in the entire universe. Number 68. The story jokingly states that in all of Baby Corp's history, they had their height of production animation during the 50s and 60s. Baby boom, anyone? But then began a slight decline when more and more people started wanting puppies instead. Number 69. There's a list of very comical explanations as to why demand for puppies started growing over babies. Some of the reasons are that puppies are cuter, more affordable, easier to maintain, and most importantly, no college tuition. Number 70. Francis E. Francis plans to execute his evil master scheme by creating more designer puppies like the Labradoodle or the Peekapoo. Number 71. Tom said that if this movie can do only one thing, he hopes it will make his older brother cry, in a good way. Number 72. Jimmy Kimmel refers to himself as the Tim of his family because he was the oldest of three. He also loves how the film captures the true silliness of sibling rivalries. He stated that as a kid, he convinced his younger brother he was Superman. Number 73. Lisa Kudrow joked that she was the boss baby of her family. The excuse that she was just little got her off the hook almost every time she did something conniving towards her older siblings. Number 74. Tobey Maguire praised Tom Mcgrath for his work on the film. Tobey also went on to say that he admires Tom's imagination and creativity, and that his artistic abilities enabled him to find the perfect tone for the boss baby. Number 75. Maguire found the film concept very interesting in its approach. In a video interview, the actor discussed how the film deals with relatable, real-world issues, but through the lens of a wildly colorful and cartoonish fantasy. Number 76. In fact, the entire cast of actors that worked on this film stand by Tom's work as a director. They also refer to Dreamworks Animation Studio as the best of the best animation people in the business, as well as one of the most accommodating and creative experiences for each of their respective lives. Number 77. Looks like the staff supported each other too. In regards to producer Ramsey Naito, Mcgrath stated that every good director needs a better producer. Naito gave Mcgrath her full support behind the film every step of the way. She was described as the fighter behind The Boss Baby and one of the main driving forces behind the film. Number 78. Ramsey was also said to be much more than just a producer during the production of The Boss Baby. She was also the psychiatrist, the cheerleader, as well as Mcgrath's personal confidant. That's a lot of hats. Number 79. Hans Zimmer composed the score for the film. Although it's not entirely unheard of for Hans to do the music for an animated comedy, it is few and far between. But music was a very important aspect of this film, so Hans was sought out because not only is he a master of his craft, he's been known to really connect and collaborate with his projects and help deliver a truly emotional experience. Number 80. Hans actually created memorable themes for each character in the film. There's even a theme for when Tim and the Boss Baby unite and start to get along. Number 81. Alec Baldwin made a special appearance at San Diego's 2016 Comic-Con to promote the Boss Baby. This was Alec's first ever appearance at a Comic-Con. Number 82. Comic-Con marked the very first introduction of the film, starting with an exclusive never-before-seen clip and followed by a full Q&A panel. No one was expecting it, and much to everyone's surprise, Alec took the stage for an unscheduled introduction of the film just after Dreamworks finished with their sneak peek of Trolls. Number 83. Alec spoke about the challenges that come with playing a lead role in an animated film. He explained that when most of the screen time is focused on one actor, it's key that they change up the performance enough to keep the audience engaged, rather than staying on the same level the entire film. Number 84. Alec joked about the fact that Boss Baby has a huge head. He refers to it as a cinder block or even pumpkin size, and says that's probably the only thing he and Boss Baby have in common. Number 85. Many audiences have found that the idea of Dreamworks doing a film about babies rather than talking animals is actually a nice change of pace for the studio, and for animated films in general. Number 86. While this concept of talking babies has been done before in films like Look Who's Talking, it's far more suitable, yet less used for animation nowadays. In fact, what sets this film apart from the rest is its distinct animation style, and Alex said he loves that in animation, artists create the entire world themselves. Number 87. Alec Baldwin's 3-year-old just started watching some of her father's performances in animated films, and he's excited she'll get to see the Boss Baby. We're excited too. Number 88. Alex said that his daughter's favorite performance of his is actually his Donald Trump impressions. She prefers that over the cartoons. Can you blame her? It is pretty funny. Number 89. Looks like everyone so far is blown away and excited to see Alec perform as a Boss Baby. Many fans and actors alike are joking that this performance is surely his Citizen Kane. Number 90. As part of the Boss Baby's excellent marketing campaign, several viral videos were released featuring some of the cast members. These videos feature the Boss Baby himself giving business tips in reference to being an infant. Number 91. Lisa Kudrow managed to sneak her kids in for a special peek of the film while it was still in post-production. Apparently, they were so invested in the film that their jaws dropped and eyes widened. Watching their reactions were absolutely priceless, but it also confirmed the film's entertainment value. Number 92. Fans claim the Boss Baby performance read like an even mix of Jack Donaghy from 30 Rock and Blake from Glengarry Glen Ross. In fact, the film has been dubbed the Glengarry Glen Ross for kids by critics and bloggers alike. Number 93. Alec Baldwin's famous line from Glengarry Glen Ross, "Coffee is for closers," led to the parody line that Boss Baby says, "Cookies are for closers." Number 94. For all of you Lord of the Rings fans, you might spot a fun little surprise when Tim wakes up in the morning. His alarm clock resembles Gandalf the Grey, but Tim calls his knockoff clock Wizzy. Number 95. Tim actually talks to Wizzy, the alarm clock, who talks back, and if you're wondering who voiced Wizzy, it was actually Tom Mcgrath's nephew, James Mcgrath. Number 96. Beatles fans will be delighted to know that Tim's parents used the song Blackbird as a lullaby to sing Tim to sleep at night. Number 97. If you notice in the trailer, when Boss Baby identifies their main problem as puppies, 3 of the other babies at the meeting are actually dressed as a cat, a frog, and a teddy bear. No puppy onesies here. Number 98. Later on, however, Boss Baby actually dresses in a puppy outfit to sneak past a guard, and naturally hates it. Would you want a dog sniffing your butt? Number 99. When the trailer was first released, which was a few weeks before the 2016 election, many people compared the character of Boss Baby to Donald Trump, with some joking that this seemed like a Trump biopic. Tons of Twitter users began voicing their notice of the uncanny resemblance, including the light hair, the bossiness, and the way they both purse their lips. Makes even more sense that Alec was cast. Number 100. Variety compared Boss Baby's character to that of Stewie Griffin, but an executive version. They said, and though his lines aren't as witty or adult scandalous, as long as you're chuckling at his autocratic bravura, the movie is amusing enough. Number 101. The way the audience gets to see Tim's imagination in The Boss Baby has been compared to the similar method used in the movie Inside Out. In each film, we see both the reality of what's happening and then how it is viewed from the child's mind. Number 102. Some of Tim's imaginative perspectives include hunting through the Congo, which is actually just dinner at home, and riding a submarine on an underwater journey, which is really just him going downstairs. Definitely makes life more exciting. Number 103. The Hollywood Reporter called the film a bouncing bundle of fun, saying that it is inventive, inspired, and a delightful blend of clever and tender that's certain to tickle audiences of all ages and stages. Number 104. However, not all reviewers agreed with The Hollywood Reporter, as the film received a 33% from Rotten Tomatoes, a 3 out of 5 from Common Sense Media, and a 5.2 out of 10 from IMDb. Yikes. Guess we'll have to see for ourselves. Number 105. The film was originally scheduled to premiere on March 18th, 2016, but had been removed from the schedule to make room for Kung Fu Panda 3. Number 106. It was later announced that The Boss Baby would premiere on January 13th, 2017, before being pushed back again to March 10th, and then once more to March 31st, 2017. For being a boss, this baby sure got pushed around a lot. Number 107. Though The Boss Baby promises to deliver laughs for all ages, its secret weapon is actually emotion. There's a lot of unexpected, raw, and relatable emotions in the film. The entire cast and crew devoted all of their energy and effort into making that emotion as authentic and real for the audience as possible. Once again, I'm Joe, and thanks for watching 107 Facts About The Boss Baby. Do you fight with your siblings? Have you seen the film? Comment below and let us know. We have new videos dropping every week, so let us know which animated film or TV show you want us to cover next. Make sure to subscribe to ChannelFrederator for future videos and click the bell icon to become part of the notification squad. And remember, Frederator loves you.